All right, today we are installing the metal Cloak selector shaft brace. In order to beef up the steering, this is the gearbox for the steering. This is the selector shaft, which moves the steering wheels left to right. So the bottom of this is known to flex, and Jeep recently updated the gearbox steel instead of an aluminum one. They used to have an aluminum one. It would flex and actually pull the bolts out of the frame. Metal Cloak had this great idea of making a brace for down here. So what you do is undo this 42 millimeter nut. So this is the factory nut. Good luck finding a 42 millimeter socket. Those are fun. But we undid that. There's a bushing in here, a self-lubricating bushing. And then this is gonna bolt in right here. Right now we're drilling holes to put rev nuts in here. And then this brace, this really thick brace right here, is gonna support the bottom of the shaft, so there's gonna be no flex, and it's gonna firm up your steering. So we already put this on hand tight, and we measured to the middle of this lower support bracket right here, and we already drilled a hole right here and a hole right here, and we got to increase that hole to 11/16, which is not a common drill bit, but I do have a stepper up bit. I do have a stepper up bit that goes to 11/16 is the second to last one right there, so we're going to use this. But first we're going to run a couple bigger ones so it helps out. All right, so we got the bracket bolted in. We still got to bolt this in. So I didn't have it exact, so I had to wallow out those holes a little bit to make the bolts fit. But we're going to tighten this to 184 foot-pounds. All right, so if you're like me and mess the holes up a little bit, you can get these bolts, Lowe's, and see what you can do is just widen out the holes a little bit and then just secure it with this. Bolts that we just put in, they're 19 millimeter heads. We're gonna tighten those up to 57 foot-pounds. And this is the final result. So 184 foot-pounds of torque on this big 42 millimeter. That one you just snug up. And then I got these two tightened to 57 foot-pounds. And again, make sure you have the bracket all the way against this when you make your marks and this choked up. Another important thing to know is the collar goes on the bottom if it's a diesel, and it goes on top if it's a gas model. That's important. And just make sure that this is all the way up when you make your measurements, because that's where I made my mistake. And luckily I was able to just wallow out this hole a little bit and just get the high quality grade 8 bolts to bolt this up on here, so it'll still work. So complete. We just got to put this back together, and then hopefully the new tie rod drag arm come in the next couple of days.